So, welcome to another episode of Cryptotalks. Let me mute the music in the background, the nice music. So, welcome to this episode from Dubai, live from the event side. And this is how it is. We take it directly. We're sitting in a cafe and then trying to give you the best. And uh, so, we're going also into some different time zones, different winter time zones. That's really interesting times. Anyway, let's say hi to Tay and then check out our agenda for today. It will be a little bit, uh, as much as we can, try to support and then try to see what's the latest. So, hey Tay, welcome on board.
Good afternoon, Rudy. Good afternoon, everyone watching Crypto Talks with us. It's a new week indeed, week 44. We have some interesting news to share with you this week. We saw, of course, closing Bitcoin yesterday, the closing day of the month, as well as it was the 15th anniversary for the Bitcoin white paper. Um, Something happened yesterday on Glassnode, and I want to share this piece of information with you. Basically, we're talking here about the number of Bitcoin addresses that are in profit today. And for the first time, not only this year, but for the first time, approximately since November 2021, for the first time, we have 80% of all Bitcoin addresses are in profit. Again, the number of Bitcoin addresses that have become profitable has set a historical new high. This is evidence collected from Glassnode, and according to experts, the number of profitable Bitcoin wallets has exceeded 39.1 million. This is the highest figure, surpassing the previous value of 38.1 million Bitcoin wallet that was profitable in November 2021. And why this November 2021 is significant? Because this is the date that Bitcoin was trading on $60,000 value. So it's a very good sign for the health of the Bitcoin network. And we're going to talk about more signs in those 15 years of the life of Bitcoin. Back to you, Rudy.
Great. I just finished a panel on DeFi space, and I was shared some very interesting information from KuCoin that despite the bearish market, its all-time high adoption in terms of how many wallets are active and then trading versus the previous years. So that goes somehow aligned of what you said and how things are really progressing towards those new things and the more adoption, the more, as you mentioned, profits in this case. So it's really interesting. So let's roll directly into the news. Let me run the news part and then I'll hand you over the news.
Thank you, Rudy. So, good afternoon, everyone watching Crypto Talks. This is episode 198 or 99. Let me just double check quickly. Sorry, this is episode 197. So we still have sorry, 198. We have two more episodes to reach number 200. This is week 44, episode 198. Welcome to Crypto Talks one more time. In
And
this week,
hey, thank you. Sorry for that. I'll disrupt you. And we will be launching, I think, in the next 2 days, a competition. And on that perspective, it's not about competition. It's about giving back our community. So you'll hear about it in the news. And next week, we'll definitely talk more on what's happening and then how you can join this directly on the channel. But meanwhile, it will be on the social media within a couple of days. Sorry, I had to just, interrupt.
No worries. I'm more excited to reach with you guys session 200, 200 sessions of Crypto Talks. We've been always updating you with the latest news, sharing the latest insights, and analyzing together the latest trends in the cryptocurrency scene. 44, episode 198, witnessed the birth of Bitcoin again, the 15th anniversary, 15 years of Bitcoin. We saw that happening yesterday. As well, we had a very interesting week to close. And I'm looking at the CoinGecko price. It's trading at 34,270. This was a very important key indicator for the next weeks and the next, I would believe, till end of the year as well. Uh, Mainly because of I don't want to say it's a fake pump, but there was some fake news surrounding ETFs. Not that they're not going to happen, but the timing and the date and the time that was shared was basically out of the fact zone. And this week we picked up some interesting news for you, and we're gonna start with the first piece that we have collected, and this is regarding the DeFi attacks. Um, we saw a very interesting thread on Twitter that explains the major flaws today we see in the DeFi space, and specifically the attacks that happen. Uh, the Twitter post it talked about 28 attack vectors on decentralized finance. I will pick uh, three of them that we see happen more and more. One is the wallet vulnerabilities when the private keys or sensitive data is exploited. As well, under this wallet vulnerability, there's another topic of software flows or weak encryptions for the attackers in order to crack the doors open of wallets and exchanges and steal this money. We look at well as stablecoin attacks. So decentralized stablecoins have been under the radar, and the undermining of collaterals or liquidity systems can destabilize the coin. The third threat that we see, which we all know about, is the rug pull. Rug pulls, or when project creators they withdraw all the invested funds and they are left holding worthless tokens. The second piece of news that we wanted to highlight for this week was as well related to Bitcoin. We're seeing more and more young people getting into Bitcoin. Investor Stanley Druckenmiller recently he spoke about Bitcoin during a fireside chat with Paul Jones, and the 70-year-old investor, he admitted that he doesn't carry Bitcoin, but he should look at it, and he said that mostly that the people who are holding Bitcoin they are the young generations. And as well, in this week, as we said in the beginning of the session, we saw a 15-year anniversary of Bitcoin. And if we, I don't know if we can take the picture, but I'll try to share it with Rudy and see if we can bring it up. With this picture, we talk about the rainbow colors of Bitcoin. So basically, with the rainbow colors of Bitcoin, and what do we mean by this? When we're looking at different uh, uh, areas of Bitcoin, this is where we see the bubbles are happening, and usually the red, as we all know, there's a heavy, massive uh, bubble territory happening. Then we look at the less red colors where we see like there is FOMO happening. Usually, the yellow to green is the hodl, and from green to extreme yellow is the like you should buy now because there will be a fire sale happening. And as we see on this rainbow and spectrum of colors, how the emotion of people changes between cycle to cycle. Yet it is notable that when there is a like an uptick in the price, when there's an up price, usually the top is red rainbow, which means we are approaching the top of this bubble. And when people lose hope in crypto and specifically in Bitcoin and they start dumping their coins, this is when basically a trader should step in and buy. And this is where they draw this buy and sell zone between a bubble threat and a fire sale. Second point in this Bitcoin 15th um, anniversary is the long-term perspective that Bitcoin is showing, um, in the highs and the lows in this period of time. I want to pick some important dates. So um, in 2017, March 2017, Bitcoin passed for the first time $1,000. Uh, or actually, it's not the first time. It surpassed again the $1,000. And let me pick another date. In March 2020, there was a huge cryptocurrency market liquidation event. And then we look at, for example, June 2021. This is when El Salvador adopted Bitcoin as a legal tender. And then we look at 11 2021. This is when the all-time high of Bitcoin happened, $68,300. Uh, then we started seeing from March 2022 until September 2023, prices dropping mainly due to regulation, with June 2022, the price dropping to 20,846. A year later, we almost doubled in that price since 2022. Next news that we collected for you this week was mainly the sentiment in UAE, according to Lara from the blocks, which is edited by Lara Abdel Malik, one of MENA's most important crypto reporters, and she has her own blog, Lara on the Blocks. She pointed out that 48% of UAE crypto users they uh, lost trust in centralized exchanges, and this is a very alarming number. Mainly, this is after the events of FTX and after the on and off relationship that we saw between the regulator and the exchanges. Many exchanges claim that they have basically regulations, and in fact, they don't. They're not regulated yet in the United Arab Emirates. Yet, this alarming number as well is important to measure the sentiment of crypto users in UAE. 29% of the respondents in this survey they find crypto to be convenient uh, to hold assets compared to a traditional bank. And I think, Rudy, this is the KuCoin report that you were pointing out. 72% they preferred Bitcoin as a crypto investment, followed by Ethereum, 52%, and stablecoins, 42%. 32% of respondents as well, they cite the lack of crypto education and the awareness as the region top challenge. Uh, in terms of crypto investment, 13% of those who were surveyed, they invested more than $10,000, while 26% invested between 1,000 and $10,000, while 51% invested below $1,000. And the last news that we picked for this week was the flourishing, basically, relationship of UAE and cryptocurrencies. Yet at the same time, there is some, I would say, questions about Sharia, and are these uh, are these investments in crypto Sharia compliant? This is a question that is increasingly being vocal in Middle East, specifically UAE and Saudi Arabia. Um, there is a lot of concern that Bitcoin or investments in Bitcoin cryptocurrencies might not be Sharia compliant. There is no one right answer for this, at least not yet. Mm, But from the logic that is following this discussion, if there is a coin that is directly related to the sin industry, whether it's alcohol, gambling, sex, or other, then definitely it is deemed against the Sharia compliance, because the activity that this cryptocurrency is based on mainly is deemed not according to Sharia law. Yet more studies need to derive whether the profits that are being made, uh, are they labeled as riba? Can be they uh, diagnosed as ethical? And is there a specific fatwa for those projects to follow? Not yet, but it seems that we are looking to witness more collaborations between traditional financial institutions in the Islamic world and the blockchain based ventures in the region. With this, Rudy, this was our major news for this week. We are still looking at the decision whether the financial market authorities in the United States will increase their interest rates or not. We're still waiting for the Sam Bankman-Fried trial to finish and come to an end, to hear a verdict in the FTX case, and to see whether there will be a full recovery of people's assets or not. There is already a distribution happening now from the FTX assets to the people who own them. Final thing that I wanted to share is we're approaching end of the year as well, so volatility will definitely play a big role in the direction of the price in the coming few weeks. Um, but as the geopolitical situation we are all witnessing now, this is putting pressure on governments to spend more money, especially on warfare and weapons. So this means they need to print more money and they need to take more money from the taxpayer. This will drive the money to flow from government bonds into alternative assets. Crypto could be one of them, gold could be another. In times of uncertainty and war, we always saw Bitcoin gaining momentum, just like the gold. And this is what I am personally going to bet on the coming weeks and months. With this, Rudy, this was our end for the session, week 44, session number 198. See you next week in 199, and wish you a lovely evening.
Definitely, two more to go. 200 is happening very soon, so this is very exciting. If you are in Dubai, there's the World Blockchain Summit that is currently happening for 2 days, and then as of tomorrow night, We have the Cardano Summit going on for the next 3 days, and then it's a kind of a break thing for the events, I would say, and then we take a rest. But we're continuing, and then next week we'll brief you more live during the talk show. We have a couple of interviews published with Frederick Gerhard, the Cardano Foundation president and CEO, and some other from blockchain Satoshi Vision, which we work with them also in Jitex. So there's a lot of content that is being published left and right on our social media. Do watch them, do check them out, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Thank you, Tay. Have a good one, and till next week.